Hello singles, how you doing? Did you survive? Did you survive? Cause these dating streets are ghetto mad. Anyway, welcome to my channel. I am the Mindset Re-Engineer. Pardon me for my inconsistencies. We're trying. It's difficult to juggling a job, childcare, being a mother, all of that, but no excuses because I've got so much juice for you guys. So much juice. But really, guys, how you doing? I mean, my channel is not just for singles. So singles, happily single, happily married, happily coupled, guys, girls, searching, not searching, whatever it is you're doing. Anyways, today I'm going to talk about these ghetto streets, these dating ghetto streets. Now, unfortunately, I've been on these streets for far too long, for decades. I was taken off the streets and I was spat back out there. So here I am with lots of lessons learned and wisdom to share. But today I'm going to talk about love bombing. You know, I'm so glad for the University of Social Media, because without this University of Social Media, tell me, how would I have learned about all these madness? I mean, all the definitions of the madness that is going on. Like, guys, men, I give it to you guys. I give it to you guys. Your capacity to work hard, make money, build industries, and still run game. Like, where do you guys have the power, the energy to do all this? It's ridiculous. It's mind-boggling. But I think it actually comes down to testosterone, you know. When the modern world, you know, you don't have to protect your tribe against lions and tigers and wildebeests. So you have, because you need challenges, you have decided that you want to punish the daughters of Eve. You've decided that instead of you lack athletic ability. You know, the Olympics are going on, your mates are, participating in one sport or the other. You know, your mates are athletes, pro bowlers, football, soccer, doing stuff like that. But no, because you did not win the genetic lottery, you have decided that you are going to use the daughters of Eve as your own challenge. Kushe. Well done. I have to cut cap for you. I have to give it to you guys. Wow. So I was only 2 years old when I discovered that Niger dating style. When I say Niger, I'm speaking about Nigerian men. The Nigerian man's dating style, I can't speak for all black men or African because I don't have that experience. But particularly the Nigerian man's dating style, when he's trying to ask you out, talk to you, is love bombing. Now, when I say the Nigerian man, I am not speaking for every single Nigerian man. There are always the exceptions. But in my own experience, that's just how they roll. Love bombing. I don't want to reference the dating scam because I'm not here to to give my country of origin bad PR. However, it speaks to how they're very successful with this love scamming. I can't even lie. Obviously, because I've been used to it, it's just become a part of my life. It's just become, my brain has been attuned to the mental gymnastics. And sadly, like it, I mean, not anymore, but for a long time, it's the dance of dating. So it's been acceptable. I didn't have a problem with it. But as I got older and I realized that these ninjas are just, they're not even being creative anymore. They're still playing, running game from that playbook of 1942. Like, the game has not changed. It's the same game, just little tweaks, no new versions, just, iPhone has gone from iPhone 5 to 13, 14, but these guys are still on like iPhone 6. And it's interesting because as originally a Niger girl, yes, I guess in the past they have been able to run game because like at least for me, a few guys don't do it, but most of the guys do it. And then of course, some of them turn out to be fantastic relationships. But obviously as I got older, it kind of became easy to screen the time wasters out. Just comes with experience. So, a friend of mine told me to do this story time because she found it absolutely hilarious, this experience that I had. So I went for a party. It's the summertime, there are lots of parties, and hey, as a fine girl that I am, some guy was mesmerized. And I just noticed that he was very vocal. Now, I don't find this really strange. It was a gathering of people like me, mostly Nigerian. So, if somebody decides to be really loud and, argumentative or, what's the word? Antagonistic. I don't find it strange because it's something I experience being, growing up, being surrounded by people of my culture. So, I don't really pay attention. I just kind of know at the back of my mind that, okay, this person is trying to be heard or be seen. But I don't really think much of it because I'm not thinking, okay. So for me, it's like, oh, this person is trying to be seen and be heard. And it's almost like, it's almost like, when men want to do like a show of strength, they're like, oh, yeah, kind of thing. And I just make a mental note like, okay, they're trying to show off to a woman or impress a woman. And I look around and I'm like, well, I don't know who they're trying to impress, but whatever. Anyway, it turns out that it's me. Little old me. And I found them interesting. However, personally, I'm very careful with charismatic people, especially guys. I prefer quiet confidence, but like we know that lots of Nigerian guys are overtly confident. When we're known to be very confident people. So it's not strange nor out of place, So it's just like whatever. Anyways, we start to talk and everything, and it turns out that the observation of one or two people is that, oh, we have great chemistry. The thing about me is I am a flirt. I didn't know that. For me, it was just communication. I'm told that I'm a really good communicator, regardless of sex, male, female. I just know how to talk and relate with people. So, and with guys, I've been told that, I flirt quite a bit. And it has its good, it has its bad, Anyways, so the interesting part of this was so I don't know what the new terminology right now is, I'm kind of old school. I'm an auntie, We call it toasting. Toasting is like you're trying to talk to someone, you're trying to run game, you're trying to show a girl that you like, you're trying to impress a girl, basically. And he goes about it very interesting. And he's like, I want to marry you. I want you to have, you're going to have a child for me. You're going to have kids for me. Now, I'm going to give you context to this phrase. Now, in Nigeria, we have 3 major cultures. There are lots of, ethnic groups. There are lots of other ethnic groups, obviously. But we have 3 major ethnic groups, which is the Igbo, the Yoruba, and the Hausas. The Hausas are in the northern part of the country. And the Igbo and the Yorubas are in the south. The Yorubas are in the southwest. The Igbos are in the southeast. Now, the northerners are kind of like really different. To be honest, we don't have a lot of similarities. Culturally, they could really be another country. However, is it Lord Lugard or some British aristocrat decided to merge us all together. So hey, here we are. Anyways, so the Yoruba man culturally. Now the Yoruba, for those of you who are not aware, the Yoruba man is the sleekest guy. They are wordsmiths. They know how to run game. Like, they are good. And that's where the moniker, the Yoruba demon, comes from. One day I'll do a video about the origin story of the Yoruba demon. Why, they became famous, why they are the way they are, and why they're being called the Yoruba demon, because God knows that I have been a victim of their demonness. Very charming, very charismatic, very well groomed. They take a lot of pride in their appearance. Now, the interesting thing about the Yoruba man culturally is, unlike the other ethnic groups, you're having a child for a Yoruba guy. When I say culture, it doesn't mean that it applies in this modern day, because obviously Christianity has kind of preceded culture, right? So because of Christianity, it's not appropriate for you to have a child out of wedlock. However, culturally, the Yoruba people, don't come for me, I'm half Yoruba, so I know what I'm saying. Culturally, have children out of wedlock. It's more important that you have the capacity to bear children than anything else. So if you're dating a guy and you're pregnant and you have a child for him, you are kind of rated more than the lady who doesn't have a child. Having a child gives you more standing in the family. It's more recognized. And when you have a child, you're just automatically called a wife. That's it culturally. Now, because of that, their way of expressing love or expressing interest or saying like, oh my God, I love you, I want to be with you, is have a baby, mommy, Bammy, be a millionaire. Have a baby, mommy, Bammy, be a millionaire. However, they ain't got shin to give you. So yeah, just like some of the, some subsets of the African American culture where having a child together is indicates a relationship, family. Yeah, that's how it is. So they have this habit of saying, Oma bimo for me, which is, you will have a child for me, right? And it's like a expression of interest, like, oh my God, I love you, like I can't get enough of you, I want you to have my child. Now, because I am Igbo as well, and I grew up in a Christian household, having a child out of wedlock is a taboo, a big taboo. And in the Igbo culture, when you have a child out of wedlock, first of all, the guy needs to pay your bride price. If he doesn't, the child, he has basically the last name of the child will be yours. So say I have a child out of wedlock, my child will bear my family name, not his name, because he hasn't paid the bride price. And having a child out of wedlock also devalues you. When I say devalues you, when it comes to bride price, pardon me, I know this sounds very crude because we are not cattle to be traded, but this is the culture. So when it comes to bride price, you are not valued, like you don't really have negotiation power. So that's why there's a lot of like women kind of hide their children, and so that they appear like, virgin maidens. Anyway, that's a digression. So I'm just trying to explain to you why somebody will come and say, just meeting you for the first time, like, you're having my baby. I'm like, I don't have babies for peasants. Like, guy, why do you think I want a poverty legacy? I'm joking, obviously. I mean, these people are not poor, but why would I put my body through all of that for someone I don't know? It's not sexy. And I think when the Yoruba guys like try to talk to me and they use those lines, some of them, not all of them, I'm always like baffled, like, why do you think that's sexy? It's very repulsive, in my opinion. Why do you want me to have a child for you? Who the hell are you? Before I have a child for you, I need to see your manifesto. Your legacy manifesto. What do you plan to do? What do you plan to do for your progeny? What legacy are you building? You just have child for random people, So back to this guy. Interestingly, he's not Yoruba. However, he came strong out of the gate. Like, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to look. I can't say a lot of the things the guy said, but my God, this guy was throwing some Hiroshima nuclear bombs, man. Like, he was throwing those bombs at me. I'll look after you. I don't care about how much you earn. You know what? Have you got your passport? Okay, we're going to Turks and Caicos. Just get ready. We'll fly in the PJ. How much is the PJ? I'll take you shopping. You're gonna have a baby for me. You're gonna have 5 kids for me. Like, guy, I have closed shop. I don't intend to have any more children. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna have a child for me. You're gonna I'm gonna change your life. I'm gonna change your life. I was like, okay. Now, did I believe any of this? No, I didn't. But I'm like, so you talk a good game. Let's see how much you can drop. So we go on a date, nice date, nice food, quality date, and that went well. And then the hyping. Do you know who I am? Do you know what family I come from? Da 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 da. Like mad. And I'm not a child. Like, I don't believe anything. And I don't care. For me, it's like, whatever, show me the money. That's what I'm interested in. Get ready. We have a date on Wednesday. Pack a bag. Get your passport ready. Okay. Ninja, where are we going to? You'll find out. And guess what? Wednesday comes around. Radio silence. I'm like, where's this ninja? Now, from experience, I don't take you seriously if you haven't made a reservation, preferably a reservation in a restaurant that requires your card details. So that's when I'll take you serious. Unfortunately, my brothers have this ridiculous habit. They can drive 1 hour to you in their Bentley and their cock shoes, and then they get to your place and like, so where are we going? Ninja, you drove 1 hour to my place. You didn't think about where we're going to go. Just absolute waste of time. And for me, it's simple. There's no excuse, because these people are high performers. They're successful in their careers and all of that. So it's too difficult for you to actually sit down and make a reservation. I mean, it's a no-brainer. When I'm trying to meet up with friends, family, friend groups, there's always at least a week's notice. We discuss the place we're going to meet. We make reservations. We plan. You have to plan in this country. If you don't plan, you're going to waste money. Especially if you want to go to really high quality restaurants, you have to make reservations, and the reservations go really quickly. So if you don't have that in place, I just assume that you're not serious. However, this ninja, I can't lie, I kind of liked him. I like the vibe. It's been really quiet around here, and serious. So I was like, hey, let's laugh a bit. I mean, I know this is not something that would have been, I haven't seen anything that would suggest that it will be long term. However, it was fun. It looked like fun. So I was like, hey, okay, let's see how much fun we can get. Wednesday comes along, radio silence. So I'm like, I message Ninja and I'm like, guy, I need to plan my day. What's up? Which is a big mistake. Ideally, if you haven't made any arrangements the day before, which we had spoken as like, oh yeah, I'm going to call you. Any arrangement that hasn't been made a day before is not even good enough. It's, you're cutting it close. But I think we had gone for dinner 2 days prior. So I was just like, okay, maybe he's really excited about hanging out with me. So Ninja calls me This was like past noon. And it's like, and the voice changes. Like, I was talking to somebody else entirely. I was taken aback. I was wondering, like, is this the same person? Just very, very proper English accent. It's like, oh no, God, I'm so sorry. Work has been hectic. I've got this event I'm planning. Yada, 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 yada. Da, 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 da. And it's like, oh, I won't be able to do today. I'm really busy running around for the event. Can we see tomorrow evening? And I'm like, your event is on Saturday. You're busy. It's not going to work. And then the games begin. Prior to this day, calling all the time, I wake up to messages, like love bombing. Bear in mind that this is just roughly 4 days, just 4 days that I had all this. I'm going to change your life. You don't know who I am. You don't know who my father is. You don't know what my family is. I'm going to change your life. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then the day to change my life comes. It's radio silence. Oh God. And I was like, okay, this is happening a bit too soon. I really wonder and I forgot to mention, the sex talk came really early. Like, of course, first of all, out the gate, they're already making comments about your body, which clearly indicates that their goal is to bed you as soon as possible with minimal effort. But these ninjas don't know this girl. Sister Kimi. See, I may have the body of a goddess, but I'm very disciplined. Very, very disciplined. I'm not saying that, hey, I'm a big girl. And big girls have needs. But this big girl has no needs. There has to be a deep connection before I can give up the goods. There's not a lot of incentive for me to do that. I have to like you. I have to really want to date you to give it up. So I'm not trying to brag or anything, but there's always this conflict that when people see me and see my body, and like I said, I flirt, when they don't have good intentions, they're like, oh my God, like, and it's not peculiar to me. Sadly, some guys just behave that way. So I knew that was a major goal. All this talk, rigmarole, is just hot air. The goal was to get me to bed as quickly as possible. And there were so many indicators about that. I really don't want to talk about, the things that were said, because they are triggering and they were disrespectful. However, for me, I just took it as bants, because I liked him, so I took it as bants. And hey, I was just thinking, I was like, you know what, like, this cookie jar has been closed real tight, maybe it's time for me to remove my iron pints. Maybe, but let's see. Anyways, so this day comes, radio silence, he's talking different, and it just trickles. And I'm just like, this old fool is trying to run game. And you see, that's the interesting thing. You would think that, now this guy is close to 50. And a lot of the guys I talk to at this age are late 40s, early 50s. Not really close. So let's say between the age of 45 and 55. And it's rather unfortunate. It's all arrested development, boys to men. They are no different from the 20-year-olds, except that obviously they have more disposable income, so they can do stuff. However, it's just the same mindset. They're just like you're talking to kids. It really hasn't changed. Like I said, there's no new version of their playbook. They still run game from the same old playbook. And unfortunately, because there's an abundance of women with low self-esteem and desperate women, why do they need to change their game? It's going to work. Out of 10 girls, 1 girl will fall. So there is no incentive for them to change their game. If people like me decide to be difficult, they're not going to waste time with me. They just move on to the next one. So when he tells me like, oh, he's, just tells me some BS that he's busy, I don't hear from Ninja anymore. He texts randomly, and when he sees that I'm not paying attention, he now comes scoring, and I'm just like, I don't have time for this. I am busy going out on dates. I'm busy meeting people. I'm busy enjoying my summer. You are not going to make me wallow in self-pity and second guess myself. I have worked really hard to get here. I have dated and married a master love bomber and survived. So you're playing children's game. It's not gonna work. And this is why, women are just told to like have a roster and date, because there's just gonna be a lot of fish you're gonna throw back into the water. It's really interesting out here, and do you know the interesting part of all of this? When I date outside my race, yes, I'm going to say it. People are going to be offended, but it is. Now, I'm not saying that guys my race are not well behaved and proper. I will not say that. I have had guys who are my race who have done the proper thing. Right? However, every single person I have dated under my race, 1, has not love bombed me. 2, has been very respectful. 3, has been very organized. Plan the date at least 4 days in advance. Send you the thingy, first send you options of restaurant, like, okay, so I'm thinking of doing, or if you're going to do something after the restaurant, maybe, golf or secret room or something, just if you're going to do any activity, they send you the itinerary. But no, it's only my Nigerian man that will drive 1 hour to my place in his Porsche or his Bentley or his silly supercar with his cock shoe and tontiri trouser. So what are we doing? And, for me, calling me on that day, like, okay, so, what we're doing, or I say, okay, we're going to see on Monday. And then you call me on Monday to schedule. Like, are you mad? Are you mad? Clearly you are. This is how these guys push your boundary. And the reason this guy felt comfortable to do what he did, because he's trying to break my boundaries. As much as I try to, set strong boundaries, he clearly, I clearly didn't do a good job for him to feel that it was appropriate to make so much noise about me making time for him, and did not have the courtesy to call me and tell me, call me the day before, babe, change of plans. And I'm thinking, Why is an old man, in some other places, you're a grandfather, your mates have grandchildren, and you're still trying to run game. And so I feel like we should go back to the days, the Greek, is it a Greek or Roman mausoleum, where men, need to be thrown into the arena and fight lions. So just help with the adrenaline pump, adrenaline, rush, instead of playing ridiculous game. Oh God. So yeah, that's I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and she said, "Wow, what is it about you that they feel the need to brag and overcompensate?" Because sadly, I've had quite a bit of that experience. I will say though that when they're doing this madness, there's some liquid courage. Because sometimes when I confront them, I'm like, these are the things you said, and they're like, oh, but maybe I look like, someone that needs to be looked after. I don't know. And they just say, but for me, I just think, do I look like I'm 20 something? You can't even run this kind of game on the current Gen Z. You can't run this game on them. Maybe you could. I mean, it's possible, because if they've not changed the game, then it means that it's working. I might just be the anomaly. Anyways, that's my story really. The Niger guy tactic is love bombing. Oh my God, you're my wife. Have you eaten? I'll take care of you. I'll change your life. It's really, really laughable. My baby for me. You're going to have my babies. You're going to have my child. Really, Ninja? Really? Go run that game on someone else, not me. I'm too sophisticated. I'm so, come with something. Come with something different. Come with something else. No, this is kindergarten, child's play. Come with something different. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my story time. I've come to the end of this video. This is the Mindset Re-Engineer. I hope to see you again. Be good to yourself. Live life and love. And stay away from these ninjas. Till we meet again.